Welcome, New Jersey School Librarians. We are delighted to introduce a campaign called hashtag NJLIBS Still Serving, because we know how hard you've been working under quarantine, and we want to make sure that all of those efforts, all the story hours, all the professional development, all of the lessons, the instructional planning, all of the social and emotional work you've been doing to support learners and faculty have been so important. So Tracina and I are going to help you amplify your voices. Tracina, why don't you get started by introducing yourself and telling us more?
Super. Thank you, Joyce. I'm Tracina Strong-Beebe. I work for NJZO. I'm the advocacy liaison, as well as a K-8 school library media specialist and an adjunct at Clarion. I'm super excited to bring this to our members, our librarians throughout the state, because I see on a continuum all the hard work that everyone has been putting in throughout this quarantine timeframe or remote learning. So this is an opportunity for you to leverage your library skills, your library work, and really promote yourself through social media. We're hoping to roll out this campaign, and we're hoping to keep it running. And we are going to showcase how you are still serving our students, our administration, our BOE, our DOE throughout this time frame and beyond.
Right. And so we're going to get right to it by sharing your screen and giving you some ideas of how to leverage your work both locally and also on a statewide basis. You'll have access to this document, which is our correspondence with you, NJLIBS Still Serving. It's a social media campaign. And this document is going to lead you basically to a customizable card that you'll be able to use on social media. The idea is that we're going to create a template, or we created a template for you to use that you can personalize, customize, reuse, use, and share across your favorite social media platforms. And you'll be able to get to this document and also to that card in just a little bit. We're going to show you an example of how this works. The important things that you need to do once you create the card is to make sure that it's shared broadly. So you're going to use the hashtag NJLIBS Still Serving. And that's very important so we can collect these statewide and so that we have a strong and uniform message. But it's also important that you share not only with the library community, not just with NJZL and not just with TL Chat or Future Ready librarians or the usual suspects, but that you share more broadly, and that the impact of your efforts is felt by stakeholders in your building, in central office, beyond at the state level, so that we can show collectively what school libraries have been doing. And what we'll prepare for you is a hashtag bank to make that easier.
Real quick, in addition, our advocacy efforts are going to plan to highlight some of our NJ Libs Still Serving tweets, social media campaigns throughout the week, so that you can also leverage your own librarians within your community or throughout the state, so that we can showcase, spread the news, and share out as well.
Absolutely. All right, so what does this look like? How do you do it? It's really simple. So I'm going to go from our draft there, and it's no longer going to be a draft, to our slide deck. And you'll have a couple of slide choices to use. This is basically just a blank Google slide. And so there are two options. We can't decide between the two fonts, so you choose. And so what you'll basically be doing is, just as you were building your own show, you're going to leave this template static. So we have a good copy of it. Basically, what you're going to do is go to File, make a copy of the entire presentation if you like, and then it will be shared in your own drive, and then you can edit it. In fact, you can keep a Google slide deck of all the things you've been doing in quarantine. In fact, why not do it retroactively and go back and think about some of the things that you've done. When you get to a slide deck and you're making your own, which will say copy of, what you're going to do is basically, Tracina, did you want to add something?
Yeah, I was thinking this is also going to be a really great opportunity for you to showcase your work through this Google slide to have on hand for back to school night, or maybe at the end of your year when you're creating your professional development of what you've done throughout the school year. This is going to be something that you can already have as a platform to showcase your work and have on hand already to show to your administrators, your teachers, and your students of some of the ways that you're still serving them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's really easy. If you've ever used Google Slides, you know how to use this. So you're going to basically bring in any image that you have on your computer, or you can even paste in from a website, and just paste it into the center of the slide. Okay, so this is just like a baking show. You've got your two possible slides with slightly different fonts here. Choose one that you like. And then just as you would with any Google slideshow, you're going to go to insert, and you're going to insert text box. You can insert an image. You can use a photograph. You can find some clip art, anything that represented the effort. In fact, if you did an annual report, do a front page of that report, or if it's an infographic, bring an infographic in, and we're going to be able to put the link in your tweet or your Instagram or your Facebook post. But what you're basically going to do is somebody at one of our elementary swap meets was talking about the bedtime stories they were doing. So I use that as an example. Maybe not the best example of clip art. A photograph would be so much better, or a screenshot of the Zoom meeting would be great. Being careful, of course, not to use children's images, but give it a nice title. And then put in there some text on the slide, shared by Mr. Librarian with 100 families. Your favorite elementary school in May 2020. Put text that's meaningful to you and shows the impact of what you're doing. And then basically what you're going to do is, however you make a screenshot. I use Control Shift Command 4 on my Mac, like this. But if you have any kind of clipping tool, that would work just as well. And if you have a PC, I'm sure you know how to do a screenshot. And then what you're going to do is, Twitter is my platform of choice. So I'm going to go to Twitter. All right, so we made a screenshot, and what we're going to do now is bring the screenshot into your tweet, and it could be your Instagram post. If it's in your Instagram post, you may want to put it in your camera roll, or you can put it in the Facebook post. But right now I'm on Twitter. I'm just going to bring the image in. And then what you should be doing up here, and I'll show you what this looks like on the slide deck, you should be putting a message about the event or the activity or what you accomplished, but also strategically use some hashtags. In the post, you're going to be putting hashtag NJLIBS still serving, and you're also going to be putting hashtags that will allow you to get in touch with your stakeholders, whether they're at the local level, whether they're in central office, whether they're municipal, or whether they're at the state level. And so once you do that, you put your hashtags here. You could also put @NJZL or any of the handles that you usually use. And then I just changed the wording. 100 families attended our virtual bedtime story hours this month at NJZL, at New Jersey Department of Education, at the New Jersey, is that the School Boards Association? The School Boards Association, and I think it's the New Jersey Principals Association. And I also used any of your school hashtags should probably go there too. Remember, not only to put hashtags, but if there's a link to what you're doing, this is where your link will enable the reader to get back to the activity itself. If there's not, we just post the image and just report out what
I was saying that this is where we can go broad, but we can also go personalize it. So you were customizing this to maybe your local school district. Maybe you are customizing it to your parents in the community, but you're also going broad so that we can make sure that this is virtually seen throughout the nation, throughout the state. For our efforts here. So, according to what your personalized approach is, this is how you customize your work.
Right. And then what we'll be able to do at the end, so you have your local impact, people will be able to see what you've done. You'll be able to collect your social media contributions more easily. We could also grab these and put them in a Wakelet or just a feed, because what we'll be able to do, as long as you remember to put the NJLIBS still serving, all we'll need to do is to click on, this is not live, but to click on this hashtag, and then across across the various different social media platforms will be able to grab the impact of your efforts.
Yes.
So,
Like, retweet, and make sure we share out and leverage each other. Perfect.
and that's a really good point. The people that you follow, people who follow you, do each other a favor by further amplifying, by using social media in the way it was meant to be used, by sharing out the good stuff that you discover, by helping people publicize and celebrate the things that they're doing. So just going back to this for a minute, if you need instructions on how to customize, how to make a copy of the slide deck or customize the center of the template, it's right here. And if you refer to this a little later, we'll have some suggested hashtags that you can use to amplify your NJLIBS Still Serving stream. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Tristina, final words?
Sure. Yeah. We also want to let our members know that we're here to help. So if this seems a little bit overreaching for you, or maybe you're new to social media, we want to help amplify your voice. So you can feel free to reach out to me at advocacy@njsl.org, both Joyce, and we also have Sky on our team. We can further give you information on how we can help customize your efforts. We really want to see your library be leveraged in your work so that we can really promote what we do on a regular basis.
Right. We know you're still serving. It's important that others know that as well. So we're looking forward to seeing your tweets and your posts and your any of your Instagram stories, or however you share on social media. Make sure you share. That's the important thing. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.